You may have heard the name Rhodey in Albuquerque, the Rhodey law firm. It was originally founded by Bernard Shannon Rhodey, who was born in County Mayo, Ireland. He had a lot of impact in New Mexico for the establishment of the university system. University of New Mexico here in Albuquerque, what we now call New Mexico State down in Las Cruces, and in Socorro, which was the School of Mines. There are two Rhodey family plots, and they are notable for every headstone has a snippet of poetry related to death. His son's headstone has the last line of Thanatopsis. Approach thy grave like one who wraps the drapery of his couch about him and lies down to pleasant dreams. Our next speaker is Dr. Irene Blea with the story White Butterflies.
Good evening. Buenas tardes. You know, the Aztec felt that butterflies were a symbol of change and transition and carried the souls of warriors. And the Mayans felt that white butterflies indicated good news and positivity. On the night a wolf howled. I was born. I'm having trouble seeing, ladies. Okay. I was born near the top of a northern New Mexico mountain. I will be buried near the feet of my Aunt Esther's grave. In fact, I placed a rock marking my space. My family had a small sawmill on our side of the mountain, which was a mystical and magical place where wonderful things happened to my multi-generational extended family. We knew the mountain and the people who lived there well. We also knew the flora and the fauna, the wild strawberries growing close to the ground, the insects, bear, and the deer. Our lives were harmonious among the scent of pines and many stories about our Native American ancestors, our Spanish worldview, and the languages in which our family lived our lives. Among them were stories of many births and many deaths. My mother was especially impacted by Aunt Esther's death. Esther was her oldest sister. Mama had recently birthed a baby girl named Juanita that lived only 5 hours. Mama told me the story of my baby sister many times. I was a 4-year-old child when during the night Aunt Esther died in her sleep at the age of 28. Earlier in the morning, my mother had curled my aunt's hair. The family prepared to attend a dance at the base of the mountain that evening. That was a happy morning, said Mama, full of excitement to see friends and family. And Aunt Esther's hair was rich and black and thick like a raven's wing. 24 hours later, Aunt Esther's children and I were outdoors. We were sent there to play by the women who washed their mother's body and dressed her in clothes she did not wear to the dance. Mama combed her hair, set a quilt and a pillow in the pine coffin the men had constructed that morning. I saw them place Aunt Esther's body in the box. I played on the ground with my cousins beneath a giant bowl of blue sky a few minutes later. The girls wore homemade flour sack dresses and the boys had patches on their coveralls. Warmed by the sun, we pushed sardine cans we pretended were logging trucks with beds full of twigs and small corn husk dolls. We did not know my aunt had passed away. I wondered why they had placed her in that box. "Look," said Mary, Aunt Esther's 6-year-old daughter. "Look, it's Mama on a butterfly." We looked up. The small white butterfly wore my aunt's face. It swirled in a circle around us and lifted past the sky. "Mama, bye, Mama," said Mary. I asked Mary about it recently in Cimarron. "It's true," said Mary. "I heard her say goodbye. Mama said goodbye and flew away." Mary is now 80 years old. "Did we really see her face?" I asked. "Yes," Mary was confident. Aunt Esther was buried next to her 3 infant sons in our family cemetery across the meadow from our cabin, where many older relatives and many babies and my sister Juanita was buried. Aunt Esther's children, 5 of them, were left to be reared by our 28-member extended family. Like me, they were loved and disciplined by whichever adult was near. They didn't talk about the mourning process, but wolves mourn and when a pack member dies. In the wild, the alpha wolf begins the howl. His mate follows, and according to rank, members of the pack join in. When the alpha wolf changes the note, the others change. We cried like that when Aunt Esther died. I still look for her face on white butterflies. I look for my ancestors when I see white butterflies. I see them clearly. Thank you.
Thank you to these companies and organizations that make the Before I Die New Mexico Festival possible. A good goodbye. Gail Rubin puts the fun in funeral planning. Compassion and choices, improving care, expanding options, and empowering everyone to chart their end-of-life journey. Daniel's Family Funerals and Cremations, Fairview Memorial Park, Gabaldon Mortuary, SANDIA Memory Gardens, and Vista Verde Memorial Park, all in the Albuquerque area. Estate Pros, offering professional dispersal of personal possessions due to a move, illness, or death. The Final Exit Network, educating about and defending the right to choose at end of life. French Funerals and Cremations and Sunset Memorial Park in Albuquerque. Gathering Us, providing in-person and virtual memorial services and online memorial pages. Keeper, providing hybrid and virtual memorial services and keeping memories alive with online tributes to preserve, celebrate, and share life legacies. Morris Hall, estate planning attorneys in New Mexico and Arizona. Remembering a Life, your guide to honoring a life well lived, from planning a tribute to mourning a loved one. And Retirement Extender, investment management services with a personalized strategy recommendation based on your needs and objectives.